Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to the channel. In today's quick tip video, we're going to do a quick dive into text editing features in Lightburn. To start with, you need to know that Lightburn does not have any fonts. It only uses the fonts that are installed on your system. So if you have a font that you want to use, you need to install it on your system before you can use it in Lightburn. If you open a file that has a font in it and the font is not on your system, Lightburn actually traces the text that's in that file and converts it to a path so you can still use the file, even though you won't have text editing ability at that point. But if it will produce a warning and tell you what the font name is, so you can go out and look for that font if you want to and install it. But let's jump into Lightburn. And first thing is, to get the text, you got to click on the letter A here, which is the text tool. And then when you click somewhere on your screen, it brings up the cursor and you can start typing. Okay, now we can escape twice to get out of the text editing and into the select tool so we can move it around. Okay. So first, we go through your font list. You can see it gives you a preview as you're changing the font, as you're dragging over. So whatever font you decide to use, it shows you what it's going to look like. Let's just go with this one. This is a cursive font, and there's some features I'll show you about that. All right, so this is where you choose your font. Right next to it is a size, and know that the size is in height, not in pixels or point, like in a typical text editor like word processor. You know, you might do 12 point or something like that. This is actually the height of the font itself. So if we go smaller, it goes down to, it's 10 millimeters tall. Go back up to 25, which is the default. And you can change the defaults by clicking on Settings. And in the first editor settings, you'll see your default font. You can change that to whatever font you'd like to use. And the default height, which is 25 millimeters, and you can change that to whatever. If there's a certain size you typically use, change it there. SHX font path, we're not going to get into that. That's a specialized font type. Enable right to left text support. That is, if you're using like an Arabic language or something like that, that is written from right to left, you need to enable that. If your default language is that, it's automatically enabled. We're not going to mess with that. And then selection double click shows text edit dialog. I am going to turn that on, but I'm going to show you what the difference is on that first. So typically, out of the box, when you want to edit your text, if you're in the select tool, you double click and it brings up the cursor, and then you can just start typing or whatever you need to do in there. And sometimes, you click and then you're bringing in text mode and you're clicking off, and it can mess you up at times. I'm going to escape out of that. So what I'm going to, and if you right click, edit text shape, that brings up this dialog box that has all your settings and everything built into it. And that's an easier way, in my opinion, to work with your text. That other box in settings, selection double click shows text edit dialog. We're going to turn that on. So now when I double click that, it brings that box up. So you don't have to right click and scroll to it to bring it up. It just double click automatically brings that up. So some things you need to know about your text block is whatever functions you choose, it applies to the entire text block. You can't choose one word and change that font on only one word. It changes the entire block. Same with now, if we go bold, it will bold the text. If we click italic, it'll put it in italic mode. If you click uppercase, it'll change no matter how you have it typed out, it'll make it all in uppercase. And distort and welded, those apply to specific types of fonts. Before we get there, let's move over here to our horizontal space, which as you increase that spaces the letters out. As you decrease it, it brings the letters closer together. And the same with vertical space. If you have multiple lines of text, increasing it spreads them apart, decreasing it brings them closer together. And you can put them right on top of each other if you wanted to. Bring it back to 0. All right, and your alignments, you have left, which it's going according to that. If we go right, it's going to be same thing but on the right, and we'll go back to middle, which centers it up on that same location. Same with bottom, top, and middle for your vertical alignment. Okay. Now let us change back to our script font, and we're going to look at Welded. Right now, when you look at it, all the letters are going to burn as one item. If I uncheck Welded, they will cut or burn as individual letters. And if you're in a fill mode, you'll see you'll get the white spots in there, which you don't want. If you are in a cut mode, it's just going to cut out and they're just all going to fall apart. So with any script font, you want to typically leave that welded. And I'm going to get out of this box now so I can show you the next feature, which is this blue dot, which is our, see it's got the little arc above it. We can actually arc the text around, and if you go too far, it just starts wrapping around itself because it won't fit. Works really good for single lines of text, not so much with multiple lines. But if I do that, and we're welded, now you notice how, especially like right here, these letters don't line up anymore, the M and the O and the H, and watch what happens when I click Distort. It brings them together. And it also makes the tops of these letters go wider. Watch the top. If you don't have Distort on, they keep their original shape, but if you allow distortion, it kind of follows the shape around, and if you go the other direction with it, it actually skinnies them up on the top. But it keeps them welded together. One more thing about the blue dot, if you double click it, it'll put it back to a straight line. So we've covered fonts, how to change the font size, distort, welding, different cases, your spacings, your alignments. The last thing here is this box that says normal, and it has these other options in here. Those other options are for the variable text feature. That's outside the scope of this particular video, so we're not going to get into that. So anytime, unless you're using variable text, you want to say normal there. That's all. Just remember that. That brings us to the end of this quick tip video. Hope you found it useful. Go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe to the channel for more Lightburn tips and tricks, and we'll see you next time.